Welcome to Elementary Beginner English Learner. This is week 9 and my name is Miss Lewis. I'm very happy you are here today to learn with us. This week we're talking about deer in the city and reading the book 2 Days in May. Yesterday we learned about a problem. There were deer in the city, but it is dangerous because there is no food and they could get hurt. Let's find out what happens today to help the deer. For day 2, we are going to learn some new words so we can read more of the story. Then we will answer some new questions. Here are our new vocabulary. Look at the picture. This has the red cross with it and says animal rescue. My word or vocabulary is wildlife rescue organization. This is a group of people who come together to help animals. Let's say it, repeat after me. Wildlife rescue organization. Good. I know this means animal rescue. People who rescue animals. Now let's write it. Wildlife rescue organization. Very nice. My next word is connected. Look at this picture. I see an animal that looks like it would try to hurt the deer. There is a person there with a shield to stop the danger. This person will protect the deer. Protect means to keep safe. Repeat after me. Protect. Good. Let's write it. P-R-O-T-E-C-T. Protect. Very nice. Look at this picture. The girl is sleeping. While she's sleeping, she's thinking. She dreamed while she was sleeping. Repeat after me. Dreamed. Very nice. Now let's write the word. Dreamed. D-R-E-A-M-E-D. Dreamed. Very good. Let's do a few more. Look at this picture. I see lots of trees and no people. These are the woods. Repeat after me. Woods. Very nice. Now let's write it. Woods. W-O-O-D-S. Woods. Look at this picture. I see something glowing, but it's night. That is the moon. And it's giving me light to see. It's called moonlight. Let's say it in 2 parts. Repeat after me. Moon, light, moonlight. Very good. Now let's write it. M-O-O-N-L-I-G-H-T. Moonlight. Excellent. Let's go through and say our words together before we get started in our text. Wildlife Rescue Organization. Protect. Dreamed. Woods. Moonlight. Now we are going to read the rest of our story. Remember, yesterday the deer came to the city to eat the food that they smelled. But they were in the city and it was dangerous. That's a problem. The law said the deer should be killed. Let's see what happens today. Can the people help the deer? Look at this picture. What do you see? I see lots of people together talking. Now let's read the words. Mr. Benny, a friend, said, "Don't let them kill the deer. We will protect the deer." Look at them protect the deer. He called a wildlife rescue organization. He asked them to rescue the deer. Yes, they want to help. When animal control came, the people did not let them in the garden. They protected the deer. I remember the animal control had to kill the deer. The people said no. And look, the deer are still safe. Look at these pictures. What are the people doing? Now let's read the words. The people stayed with the deer. Look at the picture. Papa and I slept outside to protect the deer. I dreamed that I was sleeping in the woods with the deer. Look at the picture. In the morning, we were worried. Mr. Benny said, "The Wildlife Rescue Organization is coming." Look at the picture. What do you see? Now let's read. The rescuer came. He moved the deer into the truck. The rescuer said, "I will find a home for them in the woods. They will be happy and have lots of food." Everyone was happy that they protected the deer. The animal control officer was happy the deer were going to the woods. Make a connection between the picture and the words we just read. Look at these pictures. Sometimes I sit and think about the deer. In my mind, they are in the woods, eating in the moonlight. Great! Now you read the whole book. If you have your packet with you, you can go back and read it again. Practice looking at the pictures, finding the vocabulary, and reading some of the words to yourself. You can also find this video and listen to it on YouTube. Now let's go look at some questions to think and learn more about our book. Our first question says, who did Mr. Benny call to help the deer? En español se dice, ¿a quién llamó el señor Benny para ayudar al venado? Let's go back in our text to find about Mr. Benny and who he called. Here I see the name Mr. Benny, and here's the word called. Let's look on this page to see if we can find our information. Who did Mr. Benny call to help the deer? Mr. Benny, a friend, said, "Don't let them kill the deer. We want to protect the deer." He called a wildlife rescue organization. He asked them to rescue the deer. So, who did Mr. Benny call to help the deer? You can point to it, circle, or say it out loud. Yes, he called a wildlife rescue organization. I know that's a group of people who come together to rescue wild animals. Let's go put that on our page. He called a wildlife rescue organization. He called a wildlife rescue organization. So now I'm going to ask you the question, and I want you to say, he called, or he called a wildlife rescue organization. Are you ready? Who did Mr. Benny call to help the deer? Yes, a wildlife rescue organization. Great job. Our next question asks, how did the people protect the deer? En español se dice, ¿cómo protegió la gente al venado? So let's go back in our text and see what did the people do to protect the deer. Here I'm going to read a few different pages. Look at the picture while I read. When animal control came, the people did not let him in the garden. They protected the deer. I remember that animal control had to kill the deer. The people said no. The people stayed with the deer. Papa and I slept outside to protect the deer. I dreamed that I was sleeping in the woods with the deer. Now, what can we put? How did the people protect the deer? You can point, you can circle, or say it out loud. How did the people protect the deer? Good. Maybe you said the people stayed with the deer. Maybe you said the people did not let animal control into the garden. Maybe you said the girl and Papa slept outside to protect the deer. Let's choose one and go write it on our paper. For my answer, I'm going to put that the people stayed with the deer. So, how did the people protect the deer? They stayed with the deer. That's how they protected the deer. You might put something different, but let's read my answer together to practice. Read it with me. They stayed with the deer. Good. Now I'll ask the question and I want you to answer. You can use my answer, or you can use yours from the text. How did the people protect the deer? Nice job. Are you ready for one more? This question asks, where do the deer live now? En español, ¿dónde viven los venados ahora? Let's go back to our text and find where the deer live now. I'm going to read a few pages. Listen to see if you can find where the deer live now. The rescuer came. He moved the deer into the truck. The rescuer said, I will find a home for them in the woods. They will be happy and have lots of food. Everyone was happy that they protected the deer. The animal control officer was happy the deer were going to the woods. Sometimes I sit and think about the deer. In my mind, they are in the woods, eating in the moonlight. Where are the deer now? Yes, you might have said the woods. Let's go back to our paper and write that. Where do the deer live now? You can write woods, or you can expand your sentence. The deer live in the woods. So let's practice both of those answers. Repeat after me. Woods. Good. Now let's read this one together. The deer live in the woods. So I will ask you the question and I want you to respond. Ready? Where do the deer live now? Very nice. Today you learned some new words. You did a lot of reading. You did a lot of writing and a lot of speaking, all while listening to a lot of English. It was not easy, but I'm so proud of your hard work. Great job. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.